Cameras ready?
It's a great effort. Great effort by our kids. A great environment for college basketball. I think Coach Johnson and I envision these atmospheres for our games, and try to get our programs to the point where ESPN and CBS and people like that are going to want to come in here and look at this. I wasn't looking forward to playing Alabama because of how well they guard, because of how difficult their stuff is to guard, what a nightmare it is to keep Obasanjan out of lane, and the way they can stretch you with the three ball. But as a coach, I got a chance to study another great coach in Avery Johnson. I got to study, his offense, his defense a little bit, and you just come away extremely impressed with what they do and how they do it. Obviously, our guys had huge step up from some of our veteran players. Only played 7, because we're pretty thin. But I thought Bowers was that 6'7" gorilla out there that just was a man, and inside and out, and you played terrifically. And Kareem was just Kareem doing what he does, and those guys kind of put us on their shoulders.
Bruce, that's one of Sim's best performances of his career. Has there been something that's changed? I mean, you noticed that Vanderbilt, that he had played better. What's changed in him this last week compared to earlier in the season?
That's a great question to ask him, and he'll be in. He's been really locked in. He's been really focused. He understood why he got out of starting lineup, and he understood why he's back in it. And I always try to give my upperclassmen the benefit. We are playing some at power forward. He's played at power forward the last 3 or 4 games. And so having him out there power forward, he's got a good matchup out there because he can do things on the perimeter. He can guard on the perimeter. And he's very powerful inside. So he's in a good place right now. I'm not playing him at center and power forward, playing him at power forward. And I think just having that one position is serving him well.
Coach, talk about this. Well, the question is the growth from you come off a huge win against Kentucky and you want to see how they would follow up something like that. How would you assess that?
I thought that we had great effort and energy again. The building was incredible. The building was incredible. This is as good an environment as there is in college basketball. Who wouldn't want to play in that game in front of that intensity? From what I understand, we had close to 3,000 students in the building tonight, thousands of students upstairs, because everything was full, downstairs. So it elevated our play. It clearly inspired us. And what I had said going in was, if we didn't play as well today, it was not going to be because we weren't as excited about playing Alabama as with Kentucky. It's about the matchup. And I thought our kids did a good job executing that game plan. They're hard to score against now. They're a really good defensive team.
Bruce, talk about rebounding. You guys held your own on the boards on this side.
Yep, no, we did. They had 10 offensive rebounds. We had 29, defensive rebounds. It was, again, they called it close consistently. And we were running out of guys that could even think about rotating on Obasanjan. I thought Todd Golden, who helped me with the rotations, I thought he did a really good job. We had a bunch of guys. Tyler fouled out. 2 guys with 4. We had 24 fouls, a lot of fouls, and only played 7 guys. So I thought we did a good job. And obviously for Auburn and it's important. This is a great rivalry. It's a rivalry game. It matters to Auburn family that we are able to be competitive in this rivalry. So we did what we had to do, and now we move forward.
You didn't want to that end, Bruce, you didn't want to make the weight of this game in this series very much beforehand, but now that you have that win, just what does this mean from the checks of beating ranked teams, beating this rival, those things that you want to accomplish this season?
Yeah, you check a box off and everything, but we got to we talk about playing harder, we talk about playing better, and we're doing those things right now, and then we just got to continue to move forward. I did not want to focus a great deal on the rivalry. I could tell you that, for guys like Pat Kine, or Zach Allison, D'Angelo Purifoy, or Trayvon Reed, TJ Lang. This game meant more from the state, and some of those guys, I'm sure, expressed that to Sim and to Tyler and to Kareem. And here's the best, we beat a really good basketball team. We beat a basketball team whose RPI is what, 42. It's a good team, it's a good Alabama team. And they're impressed.
So 2 more for Coach.
Bryce
Bruce, any
is-
reservations about Kareem going into the game with the ankle, and did he do everything you wanted him to do?
He did great. I mean, he did great. Look at his numbers. Look at his productivity, particularly offensively. He did what he wanted to do. They tried to trap him. We spread the floor. He made plays. But I thought one of the best things that we did was when they trapped him, we then had Bowers in there and Tyler to a certain extent that were then able to be that next playmaker, either for themselves or others. And that's what you got to do. You got to take what the defense give us. And they try to get it out of his hands, and we knew that. And I thought we passed the ball pretty well.
Third straight game, Bryce, not a great shooting performance. After the 5 straight double figures, you
Yeah.
said you'd have to adjust. Is this failing to adjust to the scouting and to the different defense, or is this just a shooting slump?
I just think he's due. I think he'll be fine. Bryce is going to get a lot of attention. Everybody knows he's a great shooter, but he had some really clean looks, and if we can win with Bryce Brown making 1 3 and TJ Lang making 1 3, and they were 1 for 5, 1 for 6, they're pretty good looks. It's very positive. Thank you, Coach.